College. Welcome everyone here this afternoon to this great occasion. We've already had a great day here at the college. We had our annual joint meeting between our board, the West Kentucky Board, and our PJC Foundation Board, which we do every year, and have a great meeting, a great meal, thanks to the culinary department. And now this. I was telling my friend Kevin O'Neill, who's here, there's Kevin. Kevin and I both have a connection with the Bardwell Baptist Church. So when Allison said that the name of the new center was the Business Immersion Center, I said, well, as a Baptist, we know all about immersion. So some of you young folks may not get that, but I also thought about my beginnings in business. 1978, I got the first computer. Didn't even hardly know what a computer was, but some of you may remember the old IBM System 6. Yeah, I'm probably the only one in the room. It was as big as 4 of these tables, and it did, this little thing right here does about 1,000 times more than that humongous big computer did. It was really not even a computer. It didn't do database. It didn't do spreadsheet. It was just a big typewriter is what it was. But we thought it was great because it would do some things that we hadn't done before. But I don't want to take too much time. We've got some other folks that are going to share with you. But I also thought about this, Allison, as we were discussing the word immersion and what this center means to immerse our students into the business world. And this is an old story. Some of you've probably heard this one. A pig and a chicken were walking down the road. As they passed a church, maybe the Bardwell Baptist Church, Kevin, they noticed that a potluck charity breakfast was underway. Caught up in the spirit, the pig suggested to the chicken that they each make a contribution. Great idea, the chicken cried. Let's offer them ham and eggs. Not so fast, said the pig. For you, that's just a contribution, but for me, it's a total commitment. So that's what we are here, a total commitment to business. And Allison, thank you for making this happen. And at this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the man who is totally immersed in all forms of education, and particularly business education here today, our president, Dr. Anton Reis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I certainly add greetings and salutations. This is indeed a great day. I want to thank you all for taking the time to be here on this special occasion as we unveil this Business Immersion Center. I mentioned it's a great time. Momentum is very important. Timing is equally important. As the chairman mentioned, we had a great joint meeting. By way of my comments, I talked about we were recognized yet again as part of the Aspen Prize. As many of you know, we are 4-time in the top 10, and we have another opportunity to be part of that national recognition. Certainly pursuing Bellwether. These national recognitions are very important. And our fall enrollment is up, even though the national trends for community technical colleges is actually the reverse, especially when the economy is good. We are very fortunate that we have some great momentum. So the timing then of this Immersion Center, guided by these powerful words that I'm sure Allison will be expounding upon, collaborate and innovate, are timely and important. By way of, if you will, connecting the dots, one of the beauties, I believe, of being president, you get to really think of all kinds of crazy, wacky things, and really great people make certain things happen, or really great people come up with great things, and you get to take the credit for it. This is a beautiful job. I love it. So two observations, really. So one, if we did a before and after photo of this room, you would get a great context. It gives me a flashback to the unnamed university that I spent 13 years, South 75. If you've ever been on that campus, particularly between 2003 and 2012, if you were a business major, you went to the Glocker building. It was right in front of the student success building that I ran, and it was the 3rd oldest building on campus. And the classrooms, the chalkboards, everything reflected that. Tough to talk innovation, looking certainly in another century. So generous donations from the Haslam family. They renovated that building, and if you come in on the first floor, they have rooms that resemble the stock exchange in New York. And of course, contribution support went through the roof, and as importantly, those graduates continue to be ranked in the upper tier. So likewise, this in many ways captures that same spirit, right? That optics are important, but at the same time, optics is important, but the innovation and the synergy that it will generate is equally important. The other connecting piece is this past spring, Kevin hosted our first annual business symposium. We met with 100 or so CEOs and business leaders from throughout the region. And one of the common areas of feedback that we received still is a concern about students not having those soft skills, or my preference, essential skills. And you'll be hearing more about how this process deals with that and addresses that head on. So I don't want to steal any thunder on that. But as an example that we are hearing from the business community, so we want you to know that we are hearing you. But as importantly, we plan on doing something about it. And certainly the multidisciplinary and multimodal ways in which this room will take us to that next level is a beautiful thing. So I definitely want to applaud Allison Smith, Dr. Garricky, certainly our humble dean, Britton Shirley, Sue-Ann, and all of the other faculty and staff members responsible for today. So let's give them a round of applause. Thank you so much. And with that, I will yield the microphone.
As Dr. Reis said, this was really one of the easier parts of my job. Allison came to me with this idea and said, I'm going to present this idea for a business immersion center. And she came with a full proposal, and all I had to do was kind of nod and say, yes, I will help pass this along. We do have one person in the room I think we also should thank as well, and that's Shay Nolan, who Allison had the vision, and it was Shay's blood, sweat, and tears, along with the M&O department, who helped make everything come to life here. So please help me thanking Shay. As Dr. Reis mentioned, we're really envisioning this space to help with what we call essential skills, soft skills, 21st century skills, where our students are really more able to easily adapt and be flexible in the 21st century, which is really what's going to be required for them to be successful. Ultimately, that's going to help them be stronger leaders in their communities, stronger workers in the economy. They're going to do that, as Allison's going to get into a little bit more specifically here, through how we're going to use this space. It's really designed so that they can collaborate more freely. As you can probably see, you've mingled about with each other, you're talking freely. That's how we want our students to be able to think and collaborate while they're in our upper level business classes. We want the students to see that if you're interested in logistics management, that you could end up having a career in construction, or you could have a career in an art gallery handling the logistics of patrons flowing to and from it. If you are in social media marketing, you might work at a local auto body shop, or you could work at a film studio, or even handle PR for WKCTC one day. So this idea is that our students are going to be able to collaborate in this space a little bit more freely, and that through that collaboration they're going to become more innovative members of society to help us live in a more vibrant community. And Allison's going to tell you how that's going to happen.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Business Immersion Center. I'm so excited that I get to say this. I thank each of you for taking time out of your busy schedule to see this vision come to a reality. I personally want to thank the leadership of the college for supporting me in this. Thank you for also encouraging a culture of inspiration and innovation and allowing us to dream big. Never once was I told no. It was how are we going to make it happen? And that's what I like, and that's what I tell my students, and I think my faculty would agree as well. It is my honor, though, to introduce my business administration program faculty. This is not about me. This is about we and a team, and that's how we treat things here. First, we have Dr. Kevin Garricky, Professor of Economics and Leadership. We also have Ms. Sue-Ann Healy, Professor of Accounting. Additionally, I want to recognize our program adjunct faculty. We are a full-time program of 3. But we have a large number of adjunct faculty members here that I see from business and industry, from the college, and I want to thank them because they allow us to broaden our course offerings for our students and also the areas of expertise that our students can benefit from. So I cannot thank them enough. Now, I'm going to ask a moment of time. We're going to kind of go off script here. Actually, it's my script, but kind of off of the Immersion Center for just a minute. And we're going to do something that I don't think we do enough of. And I don't think we brag enough about our business and logistics programs here at WKCTC. And I wouldn't be a good program coordinator leading this program if I didn't take a few minutes to brag, so please indulge me. The Business Administration program is the largest program on campus, offering both 2-year technical ready-to-work degrees and seamless transfer pathways to 4-year institutions across the Commonwealth and the country. Our student population is comprised half of technical students and now half transfer, with students coming straight from high school to those that are adults re-entering education to get retraining to become more employable in today's workplace. Dr. Reis said that someone was asking. We have a little over 250 in our technical, and like I said, we're about half and half. So we're looking at about a 500 student program that 3 full-time faculty and some amazing adjuncts give you to excel in the workplace. We were the first associate degree business program externally accredited in Kentucky by the Accreditation Council of Business Schools and Programs. We were the first, yes. Our business faculty, we partner with the Federal Reserve Bank in St. Louis on working with data collection for the Fed. That has to tell you we know something about what we're doing. We participate in curriculum development not only across the KCTCS system, but also with our 4-year institution partners across the state and across state lines. We beta test content and technology for the largest textbook publishers that are in the country, and we present at national conferences on educational best practices and as subject matter experts in our fields. Our logistics program was the first associate degree logistics program in the entire state, focused on training students for jobs with Amazon, FedEx, and the transportation industry. At this time, we're actively pursuing partnerships with national supply chain leaders, as well as career pathways for high school students interested in the field of logistics. But the best part of this faculty, however, is the support and the education that we give to our students. So now you can see why I want to brag about just how good we really are. Now, you want to know about the space, and that's why you're here. But I had to brag on my people. Innovate, collaborate, inspire, engage, and immerse. You will see signs throughout the Business Immersion Center and our information corridor with these basic definitions. They're all verbs, and they're all call to action. They're call to actions for our students, for our faculty, our staff, for our community, to see that we need to push the traditional way of doing business and get ahead of just the 4 walls. We need to take it out of the normal classroom. Data has shown that students are more engaged, work ready, and creative when their classrooms are transformed into areas modeled after today's modern workplace. Renowned for their innovative collaborative workplace, Google believes that those that sit together work together. So much so that they have seen productivity increase by 15% since implementing their culture of casual collision. I was asked why the term immersion, and I'm sure by now you can guess who asked me the term immersion. Was this a new business buzzword that he hadn't heard of? To immerse is to surround, and our goal is to provide engaging, realistic workplace experiences to students by giving them firsthand exposure to actual workplace settings and also the workplace expectations. According to LinkedIn, 89% of respondents in a survey stated that when a new hire doesn't work out, it is because of their soft skills and not because of their technical skills. Working closely with our advisory boards, we have made soft skills development a priority across the business administration curriculum at WKCTC so our graduates are successful and professional in the workplace. You can see this entire space is customizable and can be configured to whatever layout needed for the particular task at hand. The flexibility allows for increased teamwork, communication, and innovation. Technology is another central component you'll see in here, allowing students to participate in simulations, real-world problem solving, to accelerate soft skill development. Laptop computers also are in the space. They're not as visible because they're tucked away. They're there for students who may not have the economic means to have their own devices, and these are the latest technology, so no student coming here because of economic means is going to have substandard technology that they can use, because we are going to send them to the workplace where you all are providing them cutting edge technology, and we want them to be prepared. Video conferencing equipment allows for external industry experts to join us in on today's topic of discussion. Someone had said we could bring Mark Zuckerberg in if we needed to talk about Facebook. I guess we could. We could bring all of you all in. We could bring Bruce in from economic development when we talk about economic development for the day. And Dr. Garricky could call up his friends at the Fed in St. Louis and see what they want to talk about today. This equipment is also useful to train our students on how to utilize conferencing platforms such as Zoom and Skype, which you all are using in the workplace today. We're actually using in the classroom as well. Because not only do they need to know how to do a virtual interview, because no one goes to a physical interview anymore, it's all virtually. They also need to know when they get that dream job at your location that they can have collaborations of their own. So I want to leave you with these words from my marketing guru, Seth Godin. Don't try to be the next. Instead, try to be the other, the changer, the new. On behalf of my program faculty, we are the other and we are the change. So thank you so much for coming today. I'd like to introduce our next speaker. I'm very pleased to introduce Mr. Patrick Stevens. You can see he's a student here, but he is also from the military, the Marine Corps, and he literally is one of the students that inspires me every day to be better, and he keeps me on my toes because he knows all the business data. So I'm super excited to introduce Patrick.
First, let me say thank you to Ms. Smith for inviting me to be here. There was a long time where I didn't think that getting to actually attend college was going to be in my future. Okay, and so it means a lot that I'm able to be here today and be invited to speak at this event to you and talk about what this means to me and to the other students. During my time in the Marine Corps, I had the great privilege of being able to train and work with members from all other branches of the military and foreign militaries. And one of the questions that I got asked all the time was, what makes Marines so good? All right, why are you guys so good at what you do? Okay. Now, as a Marine, I'm a little biased. I think there's a lot of reasons why we're better, right? But one of the things that always stood out to me was that we empower our small unit leaders and our frontline leaders to make decisions and to have the skills, the assets, and the authority necessary to do things and react in real time on the battlefield, okay? And the same thing is true in the business world. As technology and innovation speeds up the rate that we do business, we also have to empower our employees and our leaders on the front line to be able to make decisions, to be able to work together in teams, to be able to have that kind of leadership. And it means a lot that I'm able to be here tonight and be part of a business program that shares in those same values and is striving to translate that to the future leaders of our community. One other thing that I'd like to talk about tonight is I believe that this room and this classroom, we've talked about technology, we've talked about the things that we can do, but what it really does in my eyes is it allows us to take advantage of what I think our greatest asset as a student body here is at this college, and that's each other, okay? This is a very unique institution in that when I'm in a classroom, there are a lot of people like me who we come from different walks of life. We have different experience. Some of us have been entrepreneurs. Some of us have been in different walks or different sectors of business. And if we're all just sitting in the classroom focused on PowerPoint, we're not getting that interaction like we will in here. Being able to network, being able to develop those soft skills that we talked about through sharing our experience with each other, that's going to take our program to another level, and that's something that's going to reach far beyond our time while we're here studying at this university. So thank you to the staff and the faculty that made this possible. Thank you for having me here tonight, and thank all of you for coming tonight.
I have the pleasure of saying hello and goodbye all about the same time. To me, what's happening in the Business Immersion Center is a microcosm of what our college does and has done in the 32 years I've been associated with it, and that is ensuring student success in the most, don't know the word, the state-of-the-art student success. And just knowing that Allison has responded to changes in the workplace and the way things are doing business and is translating those into this room, and hearing what you said, Patrick, is just right on the money. So thank you all for coming, and I hope everybody's had a good time, and you can come back to WKCTC anytime you want, and everybody will be glad to see you. So, bye-bye.
We want to do a presentation to Patrick. Patrick, on behalf of the faculty and staff, and certainly Mrs. Smith. So first, this book, the author, Janet Blythe, is somewhere in this room, but it captures the incredible history of this college and upward stride. You know, as a former military guy, right? Stride is important. So we definitely want to present this to you on behalf of the team here. And certainly we want you to continue to brand West Kentucky as you continue to climb that corporate ladder. Thank you so much. All right. So thanks again, everyone. Obviously, we got a lot of food, so please continue to this fellowship. And again, thanks for taking this time and opportunity for being here. And stay tuned. You'll be hearing a lot more coming from the Business Immersion Center here at West Kentucky Community and Technical College. Thank you and have a great day and a happy Thanksgiving.